Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging past all those postcard images to uncover the truly terrifying secret history of China's Terracotta army. Because this isn't just a collection of statues. It's a weapon, frozen in time, and it has a dark and absolutely fascinating story to tell.
Okay, let's just dive right into this, because you have to understand, to its creator, Emperor Qin Shi Huang, this army wasn't art. Not at all. It was a lethal insurance policy, a force he designed to continue his brutal reign even after he was dead.
You see, for the emperor, death wasn't the end. It was more like a transfer to a new court, a subterranean court, where he knew he'd need protection from the legions of spirits of all the enemies he'd slaughtered to unify China. So this wasn't just a tomb. It was basically a new capital city built for eternity.
So that raises the crucial question, right? How on earth do you create a life-sized, totally unique army of thousands using only 3rd century BC technology? Well, the answer was a stroke of logistical genius, a system so advanced it really wouldn't be seen again for nearly 2,000 years.
You invent the assembly line.
Yeah, that's what they did. These government workshops used this really sophisticated modular system. Think of it like ancient Legos. They mass-produced torsos, limbs, and heads, joined them together, and then skilled artisans would step in to add all the custom details. And quality control? Oh, foremen had to stamp their names on every single figure. This tells you everything you need to know about the Qin state, a society obsessed with accountability, where even the tiniest part of the emperor's grand vision was subject to brutal, unforgiving efficiency.
And this system, it allowed for the creation of 8,000 soldiers. And we actually know they're unique because of some incredible modern science. Researchers performed 3D scans on the warriors' ears, which, like fingerprints, are unique to each person. And the scans revealed a level of variation that was totally consistent with a real human population. It suggests these weren't just character types. They were meant to be individuals.
And that massive scale reveals the staggering human cost. This marvel was built on the backs of an estimated 700,000 people. And this workforce wasn't just artisans. It included soldiers, convicts, and shackled slaves. So many of them died during construction that they were just buried in mass graves nearby. It's a monument to an emperor's power for sure, but also to the immense human suffering that built it.
But the mysteries of this silent army go way beyond just how it was built. And for the first time, modern science is starting to give us some real, concrete answers.
So, for decades, one of the biggest puzzles was the weapons. Archaeologists were unearthing these bronze swords and crossbow triggers that were still sharp and almost completely free of rust after 2 millennia underground. And this, it led to a pretty sensational theory.
The truth behind the myth is honestly even more fascinating. The original theory was that the Qin actually invented chrome plating, a technology way, way ahead of its time. But recent analysis shows the chromium wasn't a coating at all. It was just a contaminant from the lacquer on the wooden parts of the weapons. The real secret weapon was a combination of high-quality, high-tin bronze and the naturally preservative alkaline soil of the region. A perfect mix of incredible metallurgical skill and just a bit of geological luck.
And then there's this. Among the pits filled with soldiers, archaeologists found a 4th one. It was fully prepared, foundations laid, ramps built, but completely empty. It serves as this really poignant timestamp, a frozen moment showing exactly when the Qin dynasty began to collapse under rebellion, forcing the workers to just drop their tools and head to the front lines, leaving the emperor's eternal army forever unfinished. And what's really incredible is that the era's main historian, Sima Kurian, wrote about the emperor's tomb in vivid detail, describing its palaces, its booby traps, all of it. Yet he never once mentioned the 8,000-man army standing guard just outside. Not a single word. This literary silence is still one of the biggest debates, and it's a powerful reminder that sometimes the most monumental truths are the ones that are left unwritten.
But here's the thing to remember. The emperor wasn't just taking soldiers with him into the next life. No, he was taking his entire imperial court, every luxury and every form of entertainment he enjoyed on Earth. This wasn't some military garrison. It was a complete subterranean world. Archaeologists have found terracotta acrobats, musicians, and even this hulking strongman for his entertainment. They've found scribes ready for administrative work and stunning bronze cranes and swans for his imperial gardens. The whole thing was designed so the emperor could enjoy all the luxuries of his earthly rule forever.
And their technological prowess extended to chemistry, too. To make his army even more magnificent, Qin chemists created this unique pigment that we now know as Han purple. Now, this color doesn't exist in nature. It's a synthetic copper barium silicate that you create by heating minerals to over 900 degrees Celsius. That's a level of chemical engineering that was truly astonishing for the time.
But, from a very moment of its discovery by those farmers back in 1974, the entire site has been in a constant state of crisis. It's been a frantic race against time just to preserve what was found.
Just try to imagine it. For the first time in 2 millennia, a warrior is pulled from the earth and it's covered in vibrant colors. Pinks, reds, that brilliant Han purple. But then, disaster. In just 15 seconds, the dry air hits the ancient lacquer base coat, and it begins to curl. Within 4 minutes, it flakes away completely, taking every trace of color with it, leaving only gray clay. A 2,000-year-old masterpiece, lost forever in the time it takes to boil a kettle.
Remember the historian Sima Qian? Well, he also wrote that the emperor's tomb contained rivers of flowing mercury, mimicking the Yangtze and Yellow rivers. For centuries, this was just dismissed as a myth, but modern soil tests around the unopened tomb mount show mercury levels up to 100 times higher than normal. It suggests the stories are true, serving as both a dazzling display and a deadly, toxic trap for any would-be tomb raiders.
Which brings us to the ultimate question. The emperor's central tomb, just a kilometer away from his army, is still sealed. The technology to get in there and preserve its contents, especially delicate things like silk and those rumored mercury rivers, it just doesn't exist yet. So we're left with this major archaeological dilemma.
For now, the Chinese government has made its decision. Wait. Until technology can guarantee that opening the tomb won't destroy its contents, turning priceless history into dust, the emperor and all his secrets will remain undisturbed. It's the ultimate archaeological cliffhanger, leaving us all to wonder what treasures and what truths still lie buried with the man who built an army to conquer eternity.